What if everything you have been told about reality was a fabrication? What if the key to rewriting your entire existence was neither fate nor chance, but your own mind? For centuries, visionaries, alchemists, and mystics like Giordano Bruno were silenced, burned alive, or exiled, all for unveiling a truth so potent that it threatened established doctrines. Your mind governs everything, a fact that those in power have relentlessly strived to conceal. What they knew and desperately attempted to suppress is that you are not a mere victim of the world. You are its architect. Before proceeding, I invite you to make the shift today and witness how your life begins to metamorphose. This video uncovers metaphysical secrets hidden in ancient texts and corroborated by modern science. Truths that the elite do not want you to uncover. Learn how to awaken the Creator residing within you. Stay with me until conclusion, and you will understand why books and bodies were incinerated to keep this wisdom obscured, and how you can access this power even now. It is no coincidence that you are hearing these words. Synchronicity has brought this message to you. If you are prepared to see beyond the veil, to challenge what you've been taught, and to awaken your true potential, this is your moment. Let's begin with the most feared secret. The universe is mental. The mind is the supreme architect. Imagine this. The stars gleaming in the cosmos, your body breathing. This very instant in which you exist, none of it exists without a mind to perceive it. The ancient Hermeticists, custodians of arcane knowledge, declared in the Corpus Hermeticum, the all is mind, the universe is mental. This is not poetry. It is a principle, and modern science affirms it. The renowned double-slit experiment demonstrates that your observation alters matter. Particles behave as waves or solids depending on the observer. This implies that reality is not a fixed construct outside of you. It is sculpted by you. But if the mind shapes reality, why does your life sometimes seem like uncontrollable chaos? It is neither destiny nor luck. Rather, it is due to an obscured force within you, a latent power buried beneath layers of fear and illusion. The Gnostics, persecuted for revealing these insights, assert that the world you perceive is merely a shadow of something far greater. They understood that human consciousness is not imprisoned by flesh, but is a designer of all that exists. What your eyes perceive is merely a fraction of an infinite expanse that the mind can reach. Consider this. Alchemists like Paracelsus were not merely seeking to transmute lead into physical gold. It was a metaphor for elevating consciousness. They comprehended that the universe is a mental mirror, reflecting what you harbor within. In ancient Egypt, the priests of Thoth taught that, as above, so below, a truth in the emerald tablet that links your inner world with the cosmos. Everything you witness began as a thought, a vibration in the universal mind. And here lies the secret they tried to erase. You are not merely residing in the universe. The universe is living through you. The Rosicrucians, keepers of esoteric wisdom, wrote that the visible arises from the invisible, that the will of the mind is the force that governs matter. Yet, most of us were conditioned to doubt that power, to believe we are small, disconnected, and powerless. That is a deception we were sold, in which the ruling class committed atrocities to safeguard. Now, science progresses, and quantum physics reveals that reality is not a rigid prison, but a field of possibilities. Carl Jung, the pioneer of psychology, stated that what you believe internally is projected externally. What we call the real world is merely a screen where your mind paints its imagery. The Sufis, whirling in ecstasy, were aware of this. Reality responds to the rhythm of your awareness, not to impose rules. So, why does your life not yet reflect what you desire? There is a filter within you that few perceive. The text we explore speaks of a structure imposed on consciousness, a veil that mystics sought to tear apart. That veil is not external. It resides in your mind, in the beliefs you accepted without question. But here's the good news. You can dissolve it, and it all begins with understanding the next secret. Stay with me, because if the universe is mental, then there is a silent force within you shaping everything, often without your awareness. The ancients called it the guardian of destiny, operating in the shadows of your psyche. Let's dive into that now and uncover how to reclaim control over the silent puppeteer of your fate. Your subconscious is like an invisible master, pulling the strings of your life while you assume you are in command. Modern science unveils something astounding. 95% of your decision, thoughts, and emotions stem from that hidden part of your mind, not from your conscious will. The Gnostics, in forbidden scriptures like the Gospel of Philip, already knew this. They declared, "He who does not know his shadow is condemned to live in it." This means your fate is not dictated by chance, but by the beliefs ingrained in you, often without your awareness. Think about this. From childhood, you were programmed by the words of parents, educators, and religious doctrines. All of it took root in your subconscious, like seeds sprouting unseen. The Templars, in their clandestine writings, warned that society was designed to keep us in mental servitude, limiting our power to create. Louis Claude de Saint Martin, a 16th century occultist, wrote that the greatest trick of the adversary is not physical oppression, but imposing false beliefs that we accept as our own. And those beliefs are shaping your reality at this very moment. Alchemists refer to the subconscious as the black dragon, a shadowy force that must be transmuted to attain the philosopher's stone of awakening. In ancient manuscripts, Paracelsus stated, "Disease does not begin in the body, but in the spirit. The cure does not come from the flesh, but from the mind." If you believe in scarcity, your subconscious manifests scarcity. If you believe in abundance, it attracts abundance. It is an invisible filter determining what materializes in your life, and most of us are unaware of its existence. But there is hope. The subconscious can be reprogrammed. The Rosicrucians taught that those who cultivate wealth in their minds will see it reflected in their lives. This is not magic. It is a mechanism. Neuroplasticity, discovered by science, proves that your brain rewires itself through new thoughts and experiences. Imagine this. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that your brain does not distinguish between a real experience and one vividly imagined. If you feel your desired reality now, your subconscious begins to construct it. The Sufis, like Rumi, knew this centuries ago. He wrote, "You were born with wings, yet you were taught to crawl." They use visualization and poetry to awaken inner power, aligning the subconscious with the divine. In the Vedic tradition, the Bhagavad Gita states, "A man is made of his faith. What he believes, he becomes." What you deeply hold within your soul is crafting your world, and often those beliefs were not even consciously chosen by you. So how do you change that? Mystics had methods. Repeated affirmations, vivid visualizations as if the desire were already real, meditation to access the pure subconscious. Alchemists perform symbolic rituals to burn old beliefs and implant new ones. The transcript speaks of this, rejecting negative influences and planting clear intentions. It is a process of purification, of taking command over the puppeteer that has always been behind the scenes. And here lies the final secret of this stage. The subconscious does not judge, it obeys. If you feed it fear, it will deliver fear. If you imbue it with certainty, it will grant you miracles. The great initiates, from the Templars to the Gnostics, left clues to free us from concealed conditioning. Now that you know this, the next step is to uncover what fuels that power, a force they attempted to erase from history. Faith is a cosmic law. Beyond mere belief, faith is a generative force. Forget everything you've been taught about faith, because it is not a humble plea to the heavens. It is a universal law as tangible as gravity. In the Gospel of Matthew, through a Gnostic lens, Jesus states, "If you had faith as small as a mustard seed, you would say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it would move." This is not poetry, it is metaphysical physics. The writings of ancient mystics refer to this as a universal principle. Faith is not passive waiting. It is absolute knowing, which is why those in power distorted it, turning it into a blind submission to keep you weak. The Hermeticists in the Corpus Hermeticum taught that the mind is the source of all things and that faith is the certainty that shapes reality. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, declared that the conviction of the mind determines the destiny of an individual. This is not about religion, but about vibration. The Gnostics, persecuted to extinction, understood that faith is a hidden code of existence, a frequency linking the visible and the invisible. However, the medieval church obliterated this truth out of fear of the power it grants. Consider this. The Cathars were slaughtered for asserting that reality is a mental illusion and that true faith liberates. They believe that creation begins with absolute certainty, not doubt. The records quote Meister Eckhart, condemned for claiming that the soul unites with the divine without intermediaries. He perceived faith as a creative force, not a mere supplication. This is a key they sought to erase. Faith is a state of knowing something exists before it is seen, and modern science is catching up with this ancient wisdom. Quantum mechanics demonstrates that reality shifts under the gaze of the observer. What you hold as truth materializes. Carl Jung spoke of synchronicity, explaining that what you deeply believe attracts events that confirm that belief. Medieval alchemists called this the magisterium. Faith as a cornerstone that transforms consciousness and, consequently, the world. The Sufis, like Al-Hallaj, executed for proclaiming, "I am the truth," utilize faith as a vibration permeating different planes of existence. The texts state that words spoken with absolute conviction alter reality. In Kabbalistic scriptures, the Zohar claims that faith sustains the tree of life. It is a primordial energy of creation. It is not about praying for something. It is about declaring it with the force of your soul. But faith alone is insufficient. It requires fuel. The Rosicrucians wrote that faith is a vibration, and vibration requires alignment. The writings clarify that this is not a passive belief, but an active tool for creation. The Templars were exterminated for mastering this principle, using it to transcend human control. If faith is a law, then what activates it is the next secret. Something visceral that mystics understood and tyrants dreaded. Close your eyes for a moment and feel an unshakable certainty that something you desire is already yours. That sensation is the beginning of the power they conceal from you. Faith is not a distant divine gift. It is your heritage as a creator. Let's uncover what breathes life into this force in the next step. The fire that ignites manifestation. Feel this. Your heart pounding, a wave of gratitude rising in your chest, certainty pulsing through your veins. Emotion is not just a feeling. It is a fire that gives life to creation. The Corpus Hermeticum states that what the heart profoundly feels, the universe brings into reality. This is not just mystical poetry, it is a mechanism. The Rosicrucians, guardians of ancient secrets, wrote that thought is a seed, but emotion is the water that allows it to grow. Without it, your intention remains an empty wish. The Gnostics knew this millennia ago. In the Gospel of Philip, we read that what you feel with your entire being becomes your fate. They understood that emotion is the bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious, a frequency that communicates directly with the universe. Consider the Sufis whirling in ecstatic dance. Rumi said, "What you seek is seeking you, but it only finds you when your heart calls with intensity." Emotion is the soul's cry that reality cannot ignore, and modern science corroborates that the electromagnetic field of your heart is 5,000 times stronger than that of your brain. The Heart Math Institute has shown that emotions like love and gratitude expand this field, synchronizing you with the world around you. This is what we call miracles, but it is not magic. It is quantum physics. The writings elaborate on this. Intense emotion alters a quantum field, bringing into existence what was previously just a possibility. Alchemists symbolizes as the inner fire. Paracelsus wrote that burning desire gives form to philosopher's stone. It was never about metals. It was about transforming your reality with the flame of emotion. The Templars, in their secret rites, fuse intention with feeling to produce outcomes that defied ecclesiastical control. They knew that emotion is the fuel that accelerates creation, which is why they were feared. Yet, not all emotions serve this purpose. There is a secret in frequency. David Hawkins, in Power versus Force, measured that love, joy, and gratitude resonate at high frequencies, while fear and guilt generate chaos. The Zohar, a sacred Kabbalistic text, states, "Whoever dwells in joy abides with the Most High. Whoever lives in sorrow remains in the shadows." Try this now. Recall a moment of pure happiness and let that warmth envelop you. That is the power they hid. Elevated emotion is the key to manifestation, and if you operate from negative emotions, the Gnostics warned, whoever feeds fear feeds their prison. The text mentioned the archons, entities that feed on low vibrations, but the alchemists had the solution. Transmute rage into passion, sorrow into determination. Do not suppress what you feel. Channel it as fuel for your creative fire. Cardiac coherence, achieved through deep breathing, aligns your energy field for creation, not destruction. Here's the truth. The universe does not respond to cold thoughts. It reacts to the heat of your heart. The Sufis taught that feeling as if something were already real is the secret to instant manifestation. Close your eyes again, visualize your greatest desire, and experience it as if it is already here. That fire is what tyrants feared, for a mind ablaze with passion and alignment cannot be subdued. Now, let's give rhythm to this power, vibration, the frequency that shapes your reality. Everything is vibration, from the tiniest atom to your deepest thoughts. Nikola Tesla declared, "If you wish to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." The Sufis danced to elevate their energy. Alchemists transmuted lead into gold by adjusting frequencies. The texts cite the Kybalion, "Nothing rests, everything vibrates." What appears solid is merely energy in slow motion, and you can alter that movement through your own frequency. The ancients understood this. In the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu wrote, "The wise align with the flow of the Tao and find fulfillment." In Kabbalah, the Aof light is a primordial vibration that generates everything. The Vedanta sages chanted the Om, the sound that sustains the cosmos. Every thought you have, every word you speak, every emotion you feel is a frequency you are emitting at this very moment, and the universe responds with perfect resonance to what you transmit. Quantum science affirms this. The double-slit experiment demonstrates that matter transforms under observation. It is your vibration that determines what materializes. But there's more. Masaru Emoto, through his water crystal studies, revealed that words of love form beautiful patterns, whereas hatred generates chaos. If your body is 70% water, imagine the impact of your vibration on yourself and the world. The Corpus Hermeticum states, like attracts like, if you vibrate scarcity, you will attract poverty. If you vibrate abundance, you will draw prosperity.